Hi, I'm Paul and welcome back to the channel. So recently I wrote a blog article called Stop Waiting for Someday, Your Life is Happening Now. I'll put the link in the description below. It seemed to really resonate with quite a few people, and a number of people said it made them stop and think a bit about their own life, what they want and what they might be putting off. And honestly, I think that's because this is something a lot of us do. We wait for the right time. We wait until we feel more confident. We wait until life feels a little more settled. We wait until we've got money, more clarity, more energy, more certainty. But here's the truth. You don't need permission. You don't need everything to be sorted. You don't need to wait until you feel like a different version of yourself. Your life is already happening. And I think for a lot of us, that's quite an uncomfortable thing to sit with, because it means this isn't a rehearsal. This version of life right now, the messy one, the uncertain one, the one where not everything is clear yet, this is it. I know I've spent far too much of my own life waiting for some invisible point in the future when everything would finally click into place. A point where I'd feel successful enough, confident enough, ready enough. Like one day I'd suddenly arrive at this place where I could say, right, now I've made it. Now I can relax. Now life can properly begin. But the more life I live, the more I realize that moment doesn't really exist. Or if it does, it moves, because the goalposts always seem to shift. You reach one thing and then it becomes the next thing. When I earn more, when the business is more established, when I have more time, when things calm down, when I feel better in myself. And before you know it, months have passed, years sometimes, and you've been holding your real life at arm's length while waiting for a better version of it to begin. I've definitely done that. And I can remember over the years seeing people who have looked like they have made it and they had everything sorted, but maybe they were successful in business. Maybe they were confident on stage. Maybe they just seemed comfortable with who they are. And I'd look at them and think, that's what success looks like. That's what having made it feels like. I remember going to hear a local entrepreneur speak years ago, and I was genuinely inspired by what he'd achieved. In fact, that talk helped push me to start my own business when I was just 17 years old. But what I've come to realize since then is that we never really know what's going on behind the scenes. The person who looks successful may be exhausted. The person who looks confident may be full of doubt. The person who looks like they've made it may still feel like they're figuring everything out, because most people are. That idea of often having made it is often just an illusion. It's a moving target that keeps drifting further away the closer you think you're getting to it. And while we're chasing that future version, we miss the life that's already unfolding in front of us. The ordinary bits, the meaningful bits, the difficult bits, and the beautiful bits. Real life is messy. It doesn't arrive all polished and neatly wrapped up. It's uncertain and emotional and inconvenient at times. It can be hard work, it can be joyful, sometimes it's both in the same day. But that's life, not the version you're hoping to reach one day, this one. And I think social media makes this even harder, because we're constantly shown these polished snapshots of success, confidence, happiness, and freedom. But that's all they are, snapshots, a carefully chosen moment. A good photo, a tidy caption, a filtered version of reality. It doesn't show the doubt, the stress, the hard conversations, the second guessing, or the reality of trying to hold everything together behind the scenes. So if we keep comparing our real, everyday lives to other people's best presented moments, of course we're going to feel left behind. The older I get, the more I realize that nobody really has it all figured out. Some people just get a bit better at carrying on anyway. And I think that's the real shift. Not when life becomes perfect, but when we stop waiting for it to be. When you stop waiting for a sign. When you stop waiting to feel fully ready. When you stop needing some imaginary green light from the universe before you begin. Because most meaningful things in life do not start when you feel ready. They start when you begin anyway. When you write the thing, you've been thinking about, when you launch the idea, when you book the trip, when you have the difficult conversation, when you choose to enjoy your life now instead of postponing it. That's something I keep learning and relearning myself. I've had some brilliant experiences. I've built businesses, worked with great people, traveled through South America, and done things I once only talked about. And even now, I still catch myself holding back sometimes. Still thinking maybe I need a bit more clarity first, a bit more confidence, a bit more certainty. But if I've learned anything, it's that waiting too long can become a habit, and habits shape lives. So I think the real question is this: what are you waiting for? What is the thing you keep putting off because the time just doesn't feel quite right yet? And what would change if you stopped waiting for someday and treated today like it actually matters? Because it does. Your life is not on hold. This is not the warm-up. This is not the practice version. This is your life. So stop waiting for someday and start living the one you've already got. So if this resonated with you, I'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, do feel free to like and subscribe. See you next time.